Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. May blessings be on Allah, the most gracious, the most beneficent. Now, Chairman, His Eminence the National Chief Imam, Alhaji Osman Nuhu Sharbutu, the leadership of the National Muslim Conference, revered representatives of Shia Sheikh Kamaldeen, Tijaniya Sheikh Wadudu, Ahmadiyya Sheikh bin Sali, represented by Justice Saeed Jan, the Muslim Mission, Sheikh Amin Bunsu, ably represented here, and Al Sunnah wal Jama'ah, Imam Sheikh Umar. Honorable members of the Muslim Caucus of Parliament, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to express my gratitude to the National Muslim Conference for inviting me as a guest speaker for the closing ceremony of its 4th annual National Muslim Conference. The theme for this year, Bridging the Gap in National Health Delivery in Ghana, the role of the National Muslim Conference, is not only timely, but crucial. Within the past half-decade, we have been inundated with the COVID-19 crisis, unacceptable rates of maternal and child mortality, and an alarming increase in both communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases. These health challenges are further exacerbated by the growing exodus of Ghanaian doctors, nurses, and other health professionals to other countries abroad, driven by the poor working conditions and inadequate support they receive here. Given these pressing issues, it is essential for all conscious Ghanaians, including institutions and community groups, to reflect on their role in mitigating the shortcomings of our health system. It is heartening to see the National Muslim Conference of Ghana, an organization that has consistently demonstrated leadership on important national matters, taking up this responsibility to address one of the most urgent needs of our time. My brothers and sisters in Islam, the question of the National Muslim Conference of Ghana's role in promoting healthcare delivery, ladies and gentlemen, is already self-evident. On the 12th of September 2024, the conference joined other well-meaning Ghanaians to call for immediate action to address the devastating impact of illegal mining that we are currently witnesses to. The group, in a statement to government, expressed deep concern about the alarming rate at which irresponsible mining practices are destroying our water bodies, our forests, and our arable lands. The Muslim Conference call, it was emphasized, was rooted in the belief that the human body has to be in its highest form of purity, sanctity, and good health if the soul of the human being is to continue to dwell in it peacefully for the purpose of worship and submission to the will of Allah. The National Muslim Conference statement noted that the present state of our water bodies cannot guarantee the needed purity and sanctity of the body of mankind. My brothers and sisters, I give this assurance that the Muslim Conference of Ghana does not stand alone in its quest to bridge the present healthcare delivery challenges in Ghana. As I've already done, I joined the Muslim Ummah and all the well-meaning Ghanaians to enjoin government to take immediate and concrete action to protect our environment, to forestall future health crises. To protect our environment and secure a healthier future for all, our very survival as a nation depends on it. And we cannot at this critical moment in history subsume the health of our nation to partisanship, unbridled ambition, greed, and corruption. His Eminence the Chief Imam, Improving healthcare delivery in Ghana is a central priority of the incoming NDC administration. I say this trusting that the NDC's enviable track record when it comes to healthcare delivery is compelling enough as testament to our track record. During my last administration, we delivered unmatched healthcare infrastructure investments. We constructed the University of Ghana Medical Center, a world-class and the only quaternary hospital in West Africa. We constructed the ultra-modern 420-bed Greater Accra Regional Hospital at Ridge, and several state-of-the-art institutional hospitals, including the Bank of Ghana Hospital, the International Maritime Hospital in Tema, and we also improved and constructed many regional and district hospitals and polyclinics. In the process, we added over 6,000 beds to Ghana's hospital stock. While progress appears to have stalled under the current administration, the next government, inshallah, under my leadership, is committed to bridging the gap in Ghana's healthcare delivery. We emphasize this aspectly by committing in our 2024 manifesto to bring quality primary and specialized health services closer to our people, preventing diseases and promoting health and wellness by improving quality and access to comprehensive health care, prudently managing public health emergencies and epidemics as they occur, improve health care, economic efficiency, and efficiently manage human resources and our health governance system. I give the assurance to my Muslim brothers and sisters that the National Muslim Conference efforts to bridge the present healthcare delivery challenges in Ghana, while greatly appreciated, will be complementary in the leadership my government will exercise in undertaking disease prevention, health promotion, and expanding access to comprehensive health care. We will, among other measures, implement a free primary health care program. This program will cover from the CHIPS compound all the way to the district hospital. It means that you wouldn't need a health insurance card or make any form of payment if you attend any of these health facilities from CHIPS compounds to district hospitals. We'll also establish the Ghana Medical Care Trust to support the cost of health care for persons with chronic diseases such as kidney failure, cancers, sickle cell diseases, diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease. We will follow our promise in 2020 to establish specialized places for the handling of bodies of Muslims who pass away, in order that they are handled according to Islamic rites. We will also equip health facilities in Muslim communities with relevant health infrastructure and partner with the private sector to build new abattoirs in communities such as Tulaku and rehabilitate existing abattoirs to conform with World Health Organization standards and introduce halal standards in terms of handling of meat and meat products. His Eminence, I recall fondly your visit with members of the National Muslim Conference to my office in February this year. During this visit, the National Muslim Conference of Ghana presented me with a 14-point manifesto for consideration into the NDC's manifesto. I'm happy to report that as many as 12 of the 14 points were included in our 2024 manifesto. And I wish to assure you that we're going to implement these 12 points together. The two points have not been abandoned, but we'll continue to work with you to see how we can realize the additional 2 points. To enhance Islamic educational infrastructure and shore up support for the Islamic education unit in Ghana, we will, 1, initiate an educational infrastructure program to expand educational infrastructure in all Zongo communities. This, we hope, will, among other things, culminate in the conversion of the Islamic Research Institute in Nima into a training college to train more Arabic teachers. We shall enhance and resource the Islamic Education Unit under the GES to enable effective monitoring and recruitment of more Arabic teachers. We will continue the project we started and continue all the infrastructural upgrades that we began in the Al Farouk College of Education in Winchi. We will facilitate accreditation of Islamic schools such as the Institute of Islamic Research to support the training of more Arabic teachers. I've said that already. We will provide scholarships to Muslim students as we did in the past, particularly in the fields of law, medicine, engineering, and ICT. We will facilitate partnerships to establish more Islamic tertiary institutions. We hope that with the improvement to the implementation of the free SHS and the introduction of the academic fees-free policy by the NDC government, our community will no longer be burdened by the increasing high cost of education in Ghana, and that the playing field will be leveled for every Ghanaian child to access quality education. To enhance economic empowerment and support for Muslim communities, His Eminence, we have decided that we will, in partnership with the Muslim Conference and other groups, establish the Soyeya Fund to provide working capital for small and medium enterprises in Zongo communities. The setup of the National Women's Development Bank will target Muslim women and other vulnerable groups in deprived areas of our country. We will extend the LEAP program support to poor, aged widows and orphans in deprived Muslim communities. This will, in addition to the numerous opportunities the next NDC government will create under our iconic 24-hour economy program, will open up more opportunities for our young people. The National Apprenticeship Program, the Jumawara Program, and the 1 million youth coders in ICT program will all target and focus to bring more Muslim youth into these programs. Your Eminence, the Chief Imam, our revered Ummah, the Hajj is one of the important pillars of Islam. I assure you, members of the National Muslim Council Conference of Ghana, that as part of the review of the institutional setup governing Hajj operations, that the new NDC government will streamline the Hajj authority to, among other things, oversee the transparent management of the Hajj. Inshallah, Hajj will once again become affordable under my administration. The Hajj will no longer be a preserve of who you know in politics. We will drastically reduce the Hajj fares in order to make it affordable to all our people to be able to make the Hajj. Revered Ummah, we will build a permanent Hajj transit camp in both Accra and Tamale to provide comfortable accommodation for our pilgrims before they embark on the journey to the Holy Land. And on this particular issue, I have heard that the airport company wants to sell the land on which the Hajj village is situated. I hope what I've heard is not true, but I urge the Muslim Council to follow up. And we want to build a permanent transit camp on that site, and so we must preserve it. If it hasn't been done, you can be sure that under my administration, that land will not be sold to anybody. His Eminence, the National Chief Imam, you asked, and I, in the presence of all our brothers and sisters present, commit again to granting an additional holiday for the Eid al-Fitr celebrations. My brothers and sisters, I will, as I have done before when I was president, address all forms of discrimination against Muslims, especially discrimination against our women who are prevented from wearing their hijabs in school or at work and other public places. We will also review the Muslim Marriage Ordinance of 1951, Cap 129, and streamline the legal framework for the recognition and certification of Muslim marriages in Ghana. Those who want to marry 4 wives, it won't stop you from marrying 4 wives. But as my father Sheikh Umar said, you must have the capacity to look after the 4 women. So limit yourself to how many you can look after. My Muslim brothers and sisters, we will work to enhance the safety and security of our nation by not only equipping our security services and ensuring judiciary independence, but also by giving justice to those who have been wronged. Under my administration, justice will be served for the Ayawaso West Wuogon victims, especially Ishao Yaro, who is still incapacitated since that event. Alasan Bube and others. Also, the 8 people killed in the last election would receive justice. This includes the Ejura killings and will also reopen investigations into the death of Ahmed Swali. Your Eminence, the Chief Imam, we all recognize the threat we face from radicalized jihadist groups operating in our northern neighboring countries, to wit, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. We all have a role to play to prevent this from coming into our nation. We have a role to play to keep our nation safe. We must therefore cooperate with the National Security Secretariat and follow their advice of see something, say something, so that we can keep our nation safe. To support the efforts and operation of groups like the National Muslim Conference of Ghana and other like-minded groups, we will provide tailored support for Muslim NGOs and support the active inclusion of our imams and chiefs on boards and corporations and also on district assemblies. My brothers and sisters, I end this speech now with a call for support from my Muslim brothers and sisters. I am one of you, with half of my family being Muslims. I grew up with the values of Islam, as taught me by my late mother, Hajjia Abiba Naba. May her soul rest in peace. May Allah grant her Jannatul Firdaus. These values I have carried all my life, including the value of honesty and integrity. This election is a clear choice, one between truth and honesty and deceit and pretentious arrogance masquerading as intellectualism. Unlike others, I've always approached leadership with the humility of thought that we are a community and should take lessons always from our elders, peers, and even our younger ones. I take solace in Quran chapter 17, verse 37, which says, "And do not walk on the earth with arrogance. Indeed, you will never tear the earth apart, and you will never reach the mountains in height." This is a lesson implicit in this. For those with ears, let them hear. I stand here today promising that I'll continue to work closely with all Muslim groups, as well as our Christian community, to catalyze the reset and sustainable development of our dear country. I request humbly your prayers as we head into this election, and pray that our imams and all our clergy would add their voices to the call for the Electoral Commission to organize free and fair elections. The suffering of the Ghanaian people is obvious to all of us. Their calls for change are evident in the polls that have been conducted so far. It shows clearly that, inshallah, the next election will be won by the NDC. But as a person of faith, however, I know that this will only be possible with your adua and our prayers. I implore you to support me with your prayers. I'm counting on you to help us change the suffering of the Ghanaian people, and I pray that Allah grant us our heart's desire. I thank the National Muslim Conference of Ghana for the opportunity to address this conference. And finally, I received an appeal from the CEO of the Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund, Alhaji Baba Adam, for a vehicle to assist the Zakat and Trust Fund. I'm happy to announce that I have procured a vehicle, which is outside the premises. Which is parked outside the hall, and we will present it today to Alhaji Adam of the Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation. In addition, our Muslim media are doing a great job in informing our people on happenings in the country. And as my modest contribution, I intend to, I have 5 motorcycles, I brought them here. I want to distribute them to the 5 of the Muslim media houses operating in Accra. I'll do a similar donation in Kumasi when I go to the Ashanti region. Thank you very much. May Allah bless us all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.